Have you ever wondered what happens when a society accepts corrupt power? It doesn't just lose justice, it rewires itself. At first, corruption looks like a political problem, a leadership problem, a few bad people at the top. But that's not how it stays. Over time, it becomes psychological, physiological, and eventually spiritual. The first thing that breaks is reality. Corrupt power cannot survive truth, so truth gets softened, delayed, buried, mocked. People learn quietly that telling the truth costs more than staying silent, that integrity is inconvenient, that survival means looking away. This is collective gaslighting. When people are repeatedly forced to deny what they can see, the nervous system adapts. Confusion becomes normal. Moral clarity starts to feel extreme. And here's the thing most people miss. The body learns fear before the mind does. Long before people consciously agree with corruption, their bodies learn it's dangerous to resist. You see, chronic anxiety, hypervigilance, emotional numbness, exhaustion. A dysregulated population is easy to govern, not because they're weak, but because they're burnt out. Then empathy collapses. When systems punish goodness and reward silence, people shrink their moral circle. They stop asking, is this right? And start asking, will this affect me? That's how atrocities happen with paperwork, with signatures, with professionals just doing their jobs. Not monsters, ordinary people choosing safety over conscience. One small decision at a time. And slowly, evil stops looking shocking. What once caused outrage becomes complicated, nuanced, above our pay grade. Language gets cleaner as actions get uglier. By the time the worst acts occur, society has already been trained not to react. Unchecked power doesn't just corrupt leaders, it teaches everyone watching that power, not righteousness, is what protects you. So people start admiring dominance over integrity, control over compassion, success over justice. Children absorb this. Institutions mirror it. Culture normalizes it. This is how corruption becomes inherited. And spiritually, something even darker happens. The heart hardens, not because people don't know what's right, but because knowing became too costly. When injustice is tolerated, the heart loses sensitivity. And once the heart hardens, no amount of information can fix it. And then the future pays the price. A society that excuses corruption teaches its children one lesson: there are no consequences for power. That's how cycles repeat. That's how new tyrants are born. That's how the innocent are sacrificed again and again and again. And here's the truth most people don't want to face. Corrupt power survives only with permission. Sometimes loud permission, often quiet permission, most commonly exhausted silence. And the cost isn't just political collapse, it's widespread anxiety, moral confusion, spiritual emptiness, bodies living in constant stress. A society out of alignment with truth becomes physiologically sick. And the antidote? It has never been perfection. It has always been accountability. Speaking when it's uncomfortable, withholding loyalty from injustice, refusing to normalise cruelty, even when the action feels small, even when the outcome isn't immediate. Because history shows this too. When people stop feeding corrupt power, it starves. And society, like bodies, can heal once it stops protecting what's poisoning them.